Hello. Hey, welcome everyone. So happy you can be here. Today I'm going to be using our Happier Than Happy bundle. It's also with a suite that is called Happy Forest Friends. Had to take a quick peek. Um, but I wanted to say a quick hello to you in camera. I don't always jump on, but I just feel like that way we can all connect. So thanks for joining me. Hello, Terry. And I will flip my camera around and show you guys a couple of really cute cards. I was thinking of baby cards, but also at the end, I have some other cards that you can make with that suite that are not just baby. So join me and thanks again. Here we go. Hi, Laura. Hi, Mary Ellen. Let me flip my camera and we'll get started. Let the party start. Hello, Mary. Okay, I'm getting my camera all situated here. So in our annual catalog, we have the Happy Forest Friends. And Stampin' Up! Has designed on some of these. This is our new annual catalog, by the way. Goes through next April. So Stampin' Up! Has designed some of these as a suite. And you'll see them called a suite, like down here, the suite collection. And so the suite consists of a bundle. This one has some ribbon and some designer series paper. So they're all a little bit different. Some also have embellishments, but you can purchase the whole suite, meaning all of this, for the one item code, and the price, I don't believe there's a discount on that other than the bundle price, which you can buy that separately. But it's just nice because you don't have to key all those items in. So that's why they've done this for us. And the samples are just adorable. So I was just in Alaska and I keep looking at this bear, and there's another really cute bear in here, but I think I'm going to have to use that for some of my Alaska pages. All right. I have two cards that I'm going to make, and they're both the same design as far as the size and cut. I will show you a couple other cards that were made from this bundle to give you an idea of making not just baby cards. So here we go. And I have a few tips for along the way that I will also be showing you. First, let me bring out the designer paper, because this paper is super duper adorable. Now, this bear on here is not the same size as the die, but it is so stinking cute. And where did oh gosh, I just covered it all up. Like, where did I put that? But sometimes our dies match, or they're the same size as what is on the designer paper. But this bear does not match up to that one. Just so you know, it's a little smaller than the die, but it is so adorable. It has the fox and the owl. And then on the back side, we have some other cool designs. I'll be using this one, just a little sprig of it on here to splash some coral color. Cute background. I'll be using this piece also on my card. But sometimes just seeing it, it's so cute. And like I said, even the back on these are adorable. Nice. Sometimes we just need a pattern like that to add on our card. And this one's cute with all the trees, the toadstools, some more greens. And then this one's adorable. This would make a great scrapbook page, actually, because I wouldn't have to do anything more to it. And a little bit of the yellow on the back. So that gives you an idea. You get 12 of those, 2 of each piece. Okay, so let me close up my book. I'll be using a piece of this ribbon as well. All right, here we go. So my first tip is when you get your stamps, this one is considered a, what do we call it? A red, oh my God, I can't remember, cling stamp, I think we call it. It's been changed a couple of times, so let me look really quick. By the way, that suite is on page 47. It's called cling stamps. So they're either photopolymer or cling, which are the photopolymer are the clear ones. But I want to give you a tip with what I do with these. When they come in, a lot of people will pop out their pieces of stamp here. But what I like to do is I'll pop them all out first, And then I peel the back off. Now, not all of these have been done, but let me just, I've already popped them out. But what I do is I keep this piece and I literally just pull the back off because it's a little bit tacky. And once I get this off of here, then I lay it down in my stamp case. And I do this so that I can place all my stamps back in here. So when you open them, they aren't just flying. I know with the cling on the back, they normally won't, you know, it won't be a big problem. So after I do that, then I match them all back up and I'm able to close it. But I'm going to set these aside for now because we don't really need them other than the fox. So I'm going to show you very quickly how I put the label on. If you haven't seen that, some people are new to this and I like to share that. So there is a slit on the side of the label sheet. So it's slit so that you can pull it off. And then I leave that label in there and you're just going to take this and line it up into the same shape, lay it on top and simply pull it off. And now you have your label on the back and it's a cling because it's very sticky and that's what we like because it'll stick very nicely to our blocks. So there's a little simple tip if you haven't seen how that's done. That should help you. Now, if I don't have time to put all these on or I don't want to mess with it right now, it's a great while you're watching TV project. But the simple thing that I do is I open this up. Let me dump these out of here so they're not in the way. But I open this up and there's where the label or the front page goes in. There's a little plastic pocket here. So I just take these and slide it in. And then that way I don't lose them. And when I have time, I'll go back and I'll put all my labels on my stamps. So that's another little tip if you haven't seen that done. Okay. My dies are here and Stampin' Up! Is also bringing out more dies sometimes than what the stamps are. So some of these images, like we have an extra tree on here, which is cute, and a couple other extra things like the little tag. So makes it super fun. It's kind of like Christmas when you get those dies and you get to see what you have going for you. All right, so my very first card, I'm going to use one of the colors that's in the designer paper, and this is Old Olive. I actually love Old Olive, and I'll go through spurts where I'll use a ton of Old Olive, and then I kind of switch and do something else. So it's kind of fun to bring that back. All right, let me bring this out. So I was explaining earlier different ways to use DSP and to save on some of your designer series paper, the DSP. This card will be a little bit different, but when I go on to the next card, I can show you more of what I mean. But it's going to be the same size as this. So this is 3 inches by 5 1/4. This is my inside piece, which will go in here, but I'm going to be stamping it. So I want to do all my stamping before I glue it down. On the front, on some of the other cards that I've made, the front DSP is the same. So it would be 3 by 5 1/4. And it just helps you to save because it's an even cut. So you would be able to get several more sheets out of your 12 by 12. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes we're trying to figure out ways to save on designer paper, and that's just a nice, easy way. So back to my base. This base is 5 1/2 by 7 1/2. So it's 5 1/2. So it's a half a sheet of the cardstock by 7 1/2. And when I originally had it on to score it, it was when I cut it all, I score it first. So if you do that before you cut it, it's 4 1/4. But let's go with it's already cut. So we're going to cut it at 7 1/2, score it at 3 1/4. That way your fold will go like this and you'll have a little extra overlap. But it will fit in the envelope. So it's all good. It's the same size as our beautiful envelopes. I'll grab one of those, by the way. So for my inside, let's start there. For my inside, I'm going to simply stamp the little fox. So these are some cute baby cards that I'm going to make. But afterwards, I'll show you some other cute cards that were made by another demonstrator because I was in a swap. And I got to make some cute cards, or she made some cute cards and sent them. So let me get this inked up. I always have a piece of scrap paper to get it nice and juicy. There we go. So I'm looking outside. It looks like it's going to start to storm here in Ohio. It is like 90 something and super humid. Super, super humid. But that's all right. I'm inside in the AC and the air conditioning. So I'm going to put a little fox down here. And I want to put some words because this is going to be on the inside. So this is happier than happy for you. On the outside, we're going to have a welcome. So we're going to just put this up here and make a fun little baby card. So simple on the inside. Glue that down. I'm using our Tombow liquid glue. Love this glue. You're going to see me use it all the time. You wipe that tip off. So when you use this actual cut, oh, do not be clogged up. Okay, so like I said, I love this glue, and it is double-sided in case you didn't know. So I can redeem myself here and use the other side. Yay! All right, let me cap that up. When you are putting this inside, you have to remember you only have a small ledge here, so I don't want any of this white showing. So I am going to bring it in towards the center where the score line is. And then lay that down. And that way, when I close it, you're not going to see any of the white. So you have to kind of think about that when you're doing that. Okay, now for the front. So I have used the colors that are in the Designer Series paper. And those colors would be the Old Olive, the Soft Suede, Sahara Sand, and Mossy Meadow. I think that's right. Let me grab some tape because I'm also going to use some of the ribbon and I want to tape that on. It makes it so much easier for me. Yes, Mossy Meadow. So first what I want to do is tape down my ribbon. So this ribbon is one of the ribbons from the suite. It's the Old Olive and Sahara Sand Twill Ribbon Combo Pack. So I'm using this beautiful twill ribbon. And the thing I love about this color is it's really a very neutral color and goes with so many different things. So not just with this suite, but you can use it on many other ones. Okay, so my front piece here, this is the Mossy, and I've cut it at 3 by 2.5. Okay, with this piece, I am going to tape the ribbon on around it. Now you can use that Terran tape. I always call it the terrible tape. You can use that if you want. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's just do that because it's right here in my arm's reach. So this is I call it the terrible tape because it is terrible. Not terrible, terrible. So I'm going to just measure it and I can tear it with my fingers and then just put this right on the back, and this will actually be a little bit easier because I'm going to glue it right onto that piece here. This was run through our, I think it's called the Painted 3D folder. Very, very awesome. I use this a lot. And I'm using what I'm making from this card from one of the cards that another demonstrator, Jeanette Swain, sent me. And we're going to swap every new catalog time, and she sent me adorable cards from this suite, so I'll be sharing her cards after. So I'm kind of making up a card similar to what she made. This is where I got my inspiration from. Okay, so now that that has tape on it, it should tape around nicely if I have enough on there. And if not, I also have Scotch tape right within my reach. Yay! Saved again. Okay, so let me chop that off because I didn't do it straight. And then that will be done. So this is now going to get glued down onto the front. I'm not going to pop it up because I'm going to add another element layer that will be popped up. I forgot that part is clogged, so we're going with Plan B. on the glue, but it all works. And when you're doing a live, we just never know what's in store for us, right? So you got to roll with the punches. So I'm rolling. I am rolling, but it's working fine. So let's lay this down right about there. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? All right. Lastly, I cut a little piece of the paper, and that was the toadstool paper. And this is going to simply go right on top. So I can either put it up there like that, or I'm just going to butt it right up to that green piece. This piece, I'll give you the measurement. I know it's 1 inch. Oh, it's 1 inch by 3. I remember because this piece here is 3 1/4. That's once it's folded. So it's 1 inch by 3. And that looks straight to me. So I could have been better on getting that ribbon right up there, but hey, look at that. Probably could even heat it up and move it a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Next, I'm going to take my 3-inch square. This is my soft suede. And with this, I'm going to add the Sahara sand piece. So what I did was I used our new dies, and if you guys don't have these are awesome. They're called the Stylish Shape dies, and I've used the largest die, and I've cut out the Sahara sand out of it. So these have some great different sizes of squares, circles, and I love these like label or tags. Perfect for any cards and scrapbooking too. All right, these two are going to, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and stamp on this, because if I mess it up, I can always fix that. So on here, I'm going to stamp the welcome, because we're talking baby cards, and I just thought that'd be cute. So there is a stamp that says hello baby, and I'm going to use that on the next card. So on this one, I'm going to use the welcome, and I did not put the label on, but I can do that later. So we are going to put this. I better stamp that a quick second. Oh yeah, it's looking great. It's my little cheat sheet there. I keep notes. Okay, so on here, I need to make sure that I have it the right side up. And let me stand up and make sure. Hopefully this is straight. And holding my breath. It's straight, but I kind of messed that up. It's okay. We're going forth. We are going on, because this is my sample for you, so you guys understand how it all works. First my glue, now my stamping, but it looks adorable. At the end, you're going to say, oh, now I have a new card idea. Okay, so we got this glued down, and I'm gluing that on flat, no dimensionals. Right about there. Okay. Next, with our little piece here, I am going to glue down some trees, and I did die cut these out already, so you don't have to watch me do that, but I will be doing some die cutting later. These are the trees. Well, this is the die that I cut these 3 trees out. So I have 2 that are cut with the old olive and 1 that is the mossy meadow, and that's going to be in the front, in the middle. Not the front, they're all on the front, be in the middle. So I ran this through with our adhesive sheets. Oh my gosh, if you guys don't use these adhesive sheets, I'm telling you, they are a huge time saver. But the adhesive sheets work really, really well, so that you don't have to use like your little dots of glue on here. Now I've made it a sticker, and these are just so easy to use, and I love, love, love this. So let's go ahead and put this on. Right about there. I am laughing because I have a pesky little fly that followed me in the house after I got my hair cut, and now it just keeps buzzing around my head. I feel like everybody can hear it because it's super loud. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so this one is going to come over and kind of overlap. So let's see if I can get this here. So again, I've used the adhesive sheets, and now this is a sticker. I'm going to go ahead and peel that off. And then I have another one that is the Old Olive. So let me go ahead and take this off. Sometimes I'll even, when I cut those big sheets of the adhesive sheet, I keep all the scraps and I'll just put it on the back if I just need like one thing cut. It's very helpful that way. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, so let's see if I can make this work. This one's going to be a little taller. And we're going to see, because I'm looking at a card that was already made and I'm kind of trying to copy it. So I'm just hoping that it looks about right. And I don't want that covering my welcome. Let's see if I have to stand up. All right, so I want that right under there, but I want it taller. So we're just going for it. Yay! Isn't that cute? Okay, now once we get the rest of it put together, you're going to see how it all goes together. I need to stamp my little fox again, and that's being stamped in the Calypso Coral. That's part of the colors of the paper, of the designer paper, so that's why I chose that. Might be more like a rust color for the fox or more orangey, but this is just adorable as well because it's part of the designer paper color. So let's cut this little guy out. There is a die for him or her. I guess we could put a little bow on her, make it a girl. And so I'm going to die cut that out super fast. Guess it doesn't have to be fast. We can all just relax, right? It is coffee hour or beer hour or wine hour, whatever, because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say in the song. So I'm simply going to just line this up. Oh, look, I smeared the ink, but we will not see that when I die cut it out. Right there on the nose. Okay. Let's put this together. Oh, I moved it. All right, there we go. This should all be good. Hopefully. I'm crossing my fingers. Crossing my fingers. Move that over there. Oh yeah, look at my cute little fox. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, the cute little fox can sit over there. Now this is all coming together. So we're going to pop him or her up, and it's still wet. I can see the ink on there is still wet. So now I'm smearing it everywhere. That is really crazy. I'm using same cardstock, but we'll let it dry for a quick second. Have an idea. Sometimes when your ink is wet, you can take it and turn it over onto a blank piece and just kind of tap it off. And that way you won't keep smearing it like I am. Yep, it's still pretty wet, see? We'll give it a quick second to dry. So while that's drying, before I even touch it again, let me see if I can get that ink off of me. I'm going to show you the designer paper that I'm putting here. So a piece of that pack that I showed you has this cute paper in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down this side. So that gives you, you could see the break in the page, in the fold here. It's very helpful. So let's go ahead and get some of that on the back. Ooh la la, la la la. There we go. And I'm going to slide it off of here so I don't get it all over me. Probably already did. Hello, Paula. Welcome. Let's see. So I want to line this up right about there. Oh, it's up a little high, but that's okay. See how cute? Okay, so lastly, I want to pop this little guy up, my little inky fox. And I do have some of my dimensionals. So I just going to use a couple of them here. And I could actually even use some of my smaller ones if I want. I love that they have both the mini and the regular size, because I feel like I should probably put like one there and maybe one on the tail. Now to get all these little pieces off. And I will pull this up so it's in the camera more. And now I have my little fox doing the fox trot. I'm so funny. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to pop this up here so that we have it hanging off the side a little bit, because I just thought this was a really fun fold and there's so many different things that you can do with it. So now that I have it like that, I can either glue it down flat or I can pop it up. But you know what? I'm just loving dimensionals today. So let's do that. I do want to be careful that I don't glue my card shut. Yes, that has happened before. So if I just kind of eyeball where I want this to go, as long as I keep my dimensionals on the back behind, like by that W, or you can do this as well and just kind of see how far down it goes under the ribbon. I don't like putting it on the ribbon because the ribbon, well, sometimes the ribbon just has a little more height to it. So I'm going to place it right under it. And if I do it this way, it'll actually work out really well. Now take those fun papers that we find all over the house. I don't know about you, but I do. And we are going to simply put this down just a little bit hanging over the edge. I wanted some of my little toadstools to show. And that looks straight to me. I don't want to touch the fox because it might still be wet, but it'll dry soon. And there's my card. Isn't that fun? So that is my first card. I didn't bring any embellishments over, but of course you can always pop some gems and things on there if you want. But I thought the ribbon was just super cute. And now I'm going to show you the card that was the inspiration, but I really wanted to use this particular fold and size of the card. So my friend Jeanette Swain had made these cards. Well, I'll show you this one first. And this was what gave me the idea with this fold and cut, was to use this whole same element. See, and I just cut it down. She did use the coral for the background, but I went ahead and just used the olive, the old olive. So this is Jeanette's card. This is Candy's card. Same block, but look at how different it looks. So you can give it a try this size. And this is what I'm going to be showcasing with you guys. So the next one that I'm going to do is going to use the cute bear and the hello baby. Hello baby. So let me get this block ready. So this one, I'm using, all my pieces are cut and I know they're right in front of me. Let me see if I buried it under that paper. Nope. I was trying to get the measurements off of this base, so I threw it over there. Okay, so I'm going to use the espresso color. So let me throw a piece of white under here. It'll show up so much easier for you. So again, it's the same measurement, 5.5 by 7.5. And then I scored it at 3 1/4. So then we're going to fold this up. Now the paper I'm going to use on this one is different than the suite that we just used. This designer series paper is the He's the Man DSP. So I used some of the camping paper. This is where I wanted to show you where you can save on your designer series paper by cutting it at 3 inches by 5 1/4. But the 3-inch cut, normally if we cut our paper at 4, you can only get 6 out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12. This one you can get 8 because you're going to get 4 across and 4 across the bottom. So you'll get to make extra cards, and it's the same size card. It's going to fit right inside the envelope very nice and neatly. and you just get to save on your DSP. So if you're looking at ways to be able to get more cards, especially once Christmas starts coming around and all the holidays, you may want to be able to figure out a nice fold for those holiday cards where you can get more use out of your designer paper. Make it go a little further. So this piece is just adorable. And again, it's 3 by 5 1/4. And I love the sweet, he's the man, I think it's, or he's all that maybe. I don't know, but it's super cute. Did I write it down? No, it's called He's the Man, designer series paper, I believe, and sweet. We're going with that. That is on page 79 of the annual catalog. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. On the inside, I have my white that I've cut. Again, it's the same size as my designer paper, so it's 3 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. This one, I'm using the espresso, early espresso cardstock and ink. He's so adorable. So on the inside of this one, we are going to do Hello Baby, and then we'll go ahead and do the Happier Than Happy for you again on the inside because we can. So let's stamp that right about there. A little crooked, but it's because I'm sitting down. If I was standing up, I could see it easier, but it's cool. It's cool. And then we may come back and stamp something else on there, but let me go ahead and move on to our bear. So I have this. We'll go ahead and let's just glue it on. We have it ready to go. Let's just get that front ready. I mean the inside ready. La la la. Okay. So far, what is your favorite designer paper in our annual catalog? Let me know what it is, because I think we all come up with favorites, and this paper is just really, really adorable. And the He's the Man paper, I'm talking about both of them. This one is one of my favorites because my parents used to have a van like that, and we camped on the Colorado River and many other places for years and years and years. So it's near to my heart, this paper. All right, let's go ahead and stamp the bear. Let's get that bear going. So on here, I have, again, our espresso ink. And you guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our blocks. This block is, they're marked on the side, if you didn't know that. This is the letter I block. This block is the letter E block. I don't know if you can see that, but either block will work well for the bear because it would fit on either one. But I don't always let people know that if you're ever trying to figure out how do I know which block size I have, they're marked on the sides. So you can find different ones. But this one worked well, and I just grabbed it and thought I could use that to explain that to you in case you weren't aware. But now we'll be aware of the bear as I go to stamp it here. So this is my scrap. And I always want to hold it in place and then just press hard with some pressure. Oh, that almost looks like it's black ink, but I promise you it's espresso. I probably just re-inked it right before, or the last time I used it. So it looks a little darker, but it's cool. I like it. All right, so I have that and the little tag that I want to cut out. So I'm going to bring my machine back over. My little, oh, let me move that out of the way. My little die cutting machine. I love this. If I didn't say that before, I love this. Okay, so let's cut the bear. Hopefully that is dry. That was weird that other ink didn't dry. I don't have that happen. Sometimes they'll take a second longer, but certainly not like that one did. Usually the paper is porous enough that it just soaks right in. So it's kind of a funny fluke. Let's see what happens here. So my bear, I'm hoping that this is in camera for you because I'm not reading comments only because I'm lower than my phone. Otherwise I would be. Okay, let's give this a whirl and go. It's going in a little crooked, but I can always back it out. in case that's a problem. There we go. Look how adorable. Is that just not the cutest ever? So now I need to cut a tag. And that little tag is right here also. I was going to do this ahead of time, but it's not often that I get to actually cut with you. So it's fun to see how it's done. Okay, and I'll come backwards just because it's easier for me to grab it. But you do not have to go both ways. And I can see that that bear must have been a little bit wet because the ink will stick to your plates if they are. But that's all right. I think it looks good. Oh, get a little water in there. Okay, I think that was the last piece I needed to cut. Let's check this out. So now I want to stamp my Hello Baby, and that might have been easier to stamp it before I die cut it. Just saying, because now I have this little tiny area that I'm going to make it work. And I want to go that way. So I've got this. So again, talking about blocks, this was something interesting. When I used this block, it was because it was bigger than this block that I'm using here is a B block. Originally, I was going to use the G block because this is meant for this perfectly sized stamp. But when I'm stamping on something small like this, the beveled edges, sometimes you have a hard time seeing through and seeing where your die stops and starts. But normally my tip would be to stamp first and then die cut it out. I really did do this a little bit backwards. So that looks like it's a little wet. I'm going to let that dry for a second. Let's pop up our bear. And my dimensionals are here. So let's pop him up. And we'll just go like this because he'll, let's give him one more on his other arm. There. Oh, now I missed his leg. Okay, I normally don't use this many, but it really looked very awkward. Awkward. So let's go ahead and do that. And then grab this piece that I left over here. Oh, Candace. Where is it? I wanted to cut another tree. And I meant to cut it beforehand, but I didn't. So let's move the bear. Sorry, bear, you have to slide over. And this ink, better close that up because I know I'll be wearing it if I'm not already. But let me cut this tree really fast. And this one I do not have with the adhesive on it. So I'll be dotting some glue on that. And I'm doing this with my left hand. I don't normally do this with my left hand. Ah, we got this. Okay, yay. There is my tree. Alrighty. So first I want to go ahead and glue this on. And because I don't have my other side working and I did not put it on an adhesive sheet, I'm just going to simply dot it down. Cute, cute, cute. So we'll add this down here. And our little bear now has some dimensionals. And our little bear will be right here next to the tree. I know the tree is kind of a little bit smaller, but isn't that so cute? Let's put him like that. I love it. All right, so my tag, I decided to grab some of the linen thread. Here's another tip for you. Sometimes, especially if you're cutting long pieces and you're pulling on your string and the string, like the linen thread, is just flopping all over the table, you can leave it in your bag and just zip it up a little bit and just pull on it and then it won't go all over the place. That's a simple tip that hopefully is helpful. And here we go. This is going to be way too long, but that's all right. Longer is easier for me to work with. So I'm just going to add a little bit of linen thread through here. And then when I'm done showing you guys this cute card, I'm going to show you some of the other cards that Jeanette had made to use with this suite. Because like I said, it's not just a baby set. It can be used for other. It has the words thanks and welcome. So you could do, you can make thank you cards. You can also use words from other stamp sets. Okay, so here we have our little tag. Cute. And now I can trim that down because I made it way too long. All right. I thought it would be kind of cute if the bear was holding the tag, but I'm not so sure that's going to work here. So we can just have this go right up here. And I am going to use some of the mini dimensionals to pop this up. Just 2 on this one. I don't have to go overboard like I did Mr. Bear. Just 2 will be fine. Although I should have put it over more. There we go. All the way over there. And then we can just put this here. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Oh, isn't that cute? And then on the side, we do have another piece. There's a lot of different paper that you can work with. This piece, again, is 3/4 by 5 1/4 on the designer paper. This really does blend in, but it was just a scrap left over from this, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. I thought it looked cute. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, almost done. And then you get to see some more samples. Yay! Is this just not adorable? Oh, Candy, that is so crooked. There you go. I love this bear. Isn't that cute? I hope you love it too. Okay, cut that a little smaller even because those are really long. So there's my Hello Baby card. You can have something hang off the side. I'll show you another idea with this. You could stamp another animal in here if you want. That would be very, very cute. Maybe the owl would be adorable. All right, let's stamp it. I have to do it. Now that I'm talking about it, I just have to do it because it's too cute. And we are going to stamp this also in the espresso. Let me just stamp this off. Cute. The owl is even adorable. Okay. I don't have my label on, obviously. So hopefully he's straight. I'm not sure about this. Holding my breath. Yes. I didn't put the label on it, so it's harder to see, but that looks okay. Oh, that is so cute. All right. So now I'm done adoring my cards. I hope you guys love it. So here's another idea for this card. My friend Mindy had made this second one here. And this is the one that gave me the whole idea of this fold. So this was one that she made. And she did add some of the little bling on here. I could have done that on his. But the way this one works is there's another score line in here and it folds back and then folds open. So that score line, if you want to make that card, is 3 1/4 and then again at 6 1/2. So this is meant to fold back and then forward again. Super cool, super simple. And that's a whole nother idea. This is what gave me the idea to make all of these. So here's my cards from Jeanette. I want to share these with you before I finish up. And I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this. Give me some thumbs up. And you can always check out my YouTube channel also and subscribe. I try to upload these to YouTube and then you can go back and see a lot of my old ones. So here's some of Jeanette's cards This is so adorable. This one has some little hearts inside, and she used the soft soft saffron. And look at the little butterflies. So cute. And some of the designer paper. So there's one. Here's another one that she did. A little welcome. And the die cut in here is pretty cool. Not sure where that one came from. Oh, and look at how she used the ribbon on here. Isn't that cute? A little chunks of the ribbon together. So I thought that was cute. And look at the little fox. And then the owl. Hello, baby. Another owl with some other cute bling. Aww. So that was fun, but I wanted to share those with you so you guys could see. And I'm really hoping that you play with these folds because they are super fun to make. And you can just do a ton of different things with them. So join me next week. I will be back on June 29th. And I don't know yet what I'll be showing you, but it gives me some time to think about it. If you have any ideas, let me know. And thanks again for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you before the 4th on June 29th again for some Stampin' Fun, doing the 411 on my Stampin' Fun. So you guys have a great week and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.